You are listening to Two Dudes Talking Cougs, a podcast by BYU fans for BYU fans. Just two dudes talking Cougs.
Welcome to Two Dudes Talking Cougs. For those of you watching on YouTube, Taysom is an holy angel, the light shining down from heaven. I'm Jarrett Webster. I'm your host. I'm here with Taysom Webster, my co-host, and we're just
Two Dudes Talking Cougs.
There it is. Okay, this week, let's talk state of the Cougs. Well, it's good to be a Cougar, I think. I think the last week was a rough game, but hard to leave last week in the retaining of Kalani and all of the things surrounding that, setting BYU up for long-term success. And so in terms of state of the Cougs and the football program, year one in the Big 12, double overtime loss to Oklahoma State keeps us out of a bowl game.
Yeah.
Year two, we actually technically tied for first place regular season, but then all the tiebreakers take shape. We don't play in the conference championship game. Year two, tied for first again, head to head.
Year three is what he meant.
Sorry, year three. Head to head goes to Texas Tech. We get second place. We go and obviously get dominated, but for 2 years in, not too shabby. What do you think, Tace?
It's really just like our team going into the 2024 seasons. Like, what do you think?
Going into last year?
Yeah.
I mean, I was hoping we'd get to a bowl game.
Yeah, and now we're like, well, hopefully next year we can get into the college football playoffs. And we're mad that we're not in it because our resume is insane.
And that's back-to-back years, really, where our resume probably should have had us in.
Yeah.
But that's crazy.
But, yeah, like, if you're going into the 2024 season, you're thinking, hopefully we get a bowl game these next 2 years. But then 2 years later, you lose in the conference championship, but you should still be in the college football playoffs, but they don't put you in. And then you're going to the Pop-Tarts Bowl. And the year before, you went to the Alamo Bowl and won.
Yeah, and I think that, if you look at teams and their expectations, BYU is moving up into a different tier where it's not just like getting into a bowl game. It's not just getting into a good bowl game. It's we want to go to the playoffs. I'm not sure we're quite to the playoffs or bust. Like if you don't go to the playoffs, it's a bad season yet. But we're close. I think we're close to that. And I think with the new talent that we can't have coming in, highest rated recruit class, that's another thing from last week that happened. Started to sign a bunch of the guys on the early signing period. So that's awesome. So I think in terms of state of the Cougs and state of the athletic teams at BYU, you got to start with the flagship, which is football, and it feels pretty good.
Yeah. Basketball, though.
Well, football still. The other thing I was going to say is, even though, gone are the days, I think, of, going to the New Mexico Bowl or the famous Idaho Potato Bowl. Last year we go to the Alamo Bowl, which is, if not the highest, it's one of the highest paying bowls outside of the playoffs. The Pop-Tart Bowl is right there in that same tier. I think the Alamo and the even you have like the Outback Bowl, maybe there's only a handful. There's I say handful, like 2, 3, maybe 4 bowls outside of the playoffs that are like, hey, these are really good bowl games. You're going to get a good opponent. We should have been actually playing potentially Notre Dame, which 11-12 matchup. So,
but there's such chickens of like not getting in the playoffs. There's such chickens that they're not going to play us.
They love hypothetical wins. That's what they love. Okay, so that's football and basketball. Obviously, crazy comeback the other night.
It's the biggest comeback in BYU basketball history. Well,
in the second half.
Yeah, second half.
It's pretty crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Well, we'll save that for later. So
we do have Richie going only getting 2 shots. Only making 2 shots. Oh, shoot. Okay.
Is that you?
Yeah.
Oh.
I accidentally pressed play.
Um,
Yeah, Richie only made 2 shots, which is like, how many times in this season is that ever going to happen?
yeah, it was a rough game for Richie, and you still won.
Yeah.
All right, State of the Cougs on to keys to victory this week, which there's only one basketball game, and we'll keep this brief because the keys to victory should be show up, put on your basketball shoes and your jersey, and you should win. So that's really the story of the next 4 games. Significant step down in competition. We had a much tougher out-of-conference schedule this year as opposed to last year.
Yeah.
But now we kind of get these tune-ups and hopefully can use them for finding some new rotations. Maybe maybe help Kostic or Boscovich find their stroke a little bit so that there can be some scoring off the bench.
Yeah.
I don't know who else you go to off the bench. It's going to be maybe Diamande.
Yeah, Diamande, he's shown a little bit.
And in fact, there were some games where he did play pretty well,
Yeah.
but he hasn't really been in much lately. So hopefully these games we're able to find a couple people who can help us because I think in Big 12 we're going to need some rotation players. And we're not going to need them to score tons of points, but, 3 or 4 points by this guy and 3 or 4 points by this guy is it's more than we're getting right now. So
My keys to victory are make sure you don't get sick, make sure you show up to the game, and then you win. That's my only.
all right, Tace, let's go to our friends from Vegas here, if they have it.
Vegas.
Oh, they don't have anything yet. All right. So we're gonna do our own thing here. BYU plays UC Riverside. Coug or Cap. BYU will win by more than 30 points. 30 or more points. So
Okay. It's hard to say with our first half.
our first half team is. Yeah, if you want to talk about state of the Cougs, which half are we talking? State of the first half Cougs or state of the second half Cougs?
Yeah. I'll say the first half Cap and the second half Coug.
So we're gonna win by 30 or more?
I think Coug, maybe.
Okay. Coug or Cap this week against UC Riverside, BYU will have a bench player score 7 or more points.
Coug.
Oh, Coug, who do you think it'll be?
I don't know. I just think someone's going to come off the bench and score at least 7.
Okay. What are they? 7-1 right now.
Yeah, 7-1.
7-1. Four games. Coug or Cap. Taste. This should be more of a gimme here. Coug or Cap. BYU basketball finishes the non-conference schedule 11-1.
Who do we play? We play UC Riverside.
We play UC Riverside. Then we play Pacific, our old friends from the West Coast Conference.
Oh, yeah, them.
Then we play Abilene Christian. Then we play Eastern Washington.
Oh, Coug.
So if I'm doing the maths on this right,
And maths.
BYU has roughly a 93% chance to win all of those games. So we should do that.
Yeah, we should do that.
All right. What's Cougar Cap? Coug of the week, Tace. Who's your Coug of the week?
This is so easy. AJ to Bansa.
First half AJ or second half AJ?
Second half AJ.
Second half AJ. It is interesting because it's we have first half, second half, but it's really kind of as AJ goes, this team is going right now. Richie's had some Richie games, but then he's had a couple clunkers. This one was really bad, the 2 for 11, 5 points. But really trying to get him going at the same time as AJ would be huge, because then I think that alone would, I think, start to alleviate some of the first half, second half problems. AJ, 28 points, 22 in the second half, out assisted. Clemson in the second half outscored Clemson in the second half.
The whole
He assisted or scored on 34 of BYU's 44 points in the second half.
Almost every single one.
I'm going to go Cougar of the Week with, since you took him, I'll take Rob Wright, third, hitting that bucket. It was awesome, too. I think it was great that it was him that hit it. A minute or so before that, he had missed the front end of a one-on-one that he hits both of those free throws. Potentially, the game's just over anyway. Kind of just like they start to run out of time. But then he misses it. They get the ball. They go down, score, tie it up. He advances the ball quick. We get that timeout. He's the third option, but he steps up, hits that shot. Cougar of the Week.
Yeah, I think it was a pass to either Boscovich or Kostic, and they passed it to him, and he just had to get it and shoot right away.
Yeah, it's Boscovich. And I'll say one thing interesting, Boscovich had not played, I don't think, at all in the second half. Maybe he had been in the second half, but not much. And he's the one that was put in because they trust him with the pass there. So, all right, Cougar Chaos. The Cougar Chaos I have was the chaos after the shot. The team goes into the corner. Love AJ was the first one there. He's hyping up his guys. He's happy just to be a part of this team and doesn't have to be about him, which I love. And just the hysteria, that whole comeback is the Cougar Chaos. The comeback from 21-22 down, 21 at half, go over almost, I think, 8+ minutes from first half to second half without scoring. That's some chaos.
Yeah, I mean, that shot. When I saw it made in, I just ran all the way over here, opened the door, and just yelled Robert, because I call him Robert, right?
Robert?
Yeah, that's what I call him.
Robert. Okay. All right, for the Cougar Tale, one Ed Orgeron, former coach of the LSU Tigers, who was the coach when Joe Burrow played.
Joe Burrow.
And they won the national championship.
Joe Burrow.
On a podcast or radio program this week, said that he often used BYU online courses to get his players eligible. And so when does BYU get the share of the title for helping them stay eligible to get the national championship? Also, I actually started doing some research on this. Sounds like there actually has been an issue with that because these online courses, and it's a little bit of honor system going on here, and there's been problems in the past with universities using that to get their players eligible by not having their players do the work. Other people are getting on and doing the work for them and submitting it for them and getting their players eligible. So people a little bit using the system that's been set up to educate, the global education that the church has as an initiative, shown by the fact of BYU, BYU Idaho, BYU Hawaii, Ensign College, BYU Pathway. The church is big in we want people to have access to affordable education, and then you got these guys taking advantage of the system and using it to stay eligible to win natties. But there's your Cougar Tale for the week.
You know what they should do? They should split the trophy in half and give it to us.
Boom, there you go. That's just saw it right in half.
Yeah, just saw it right in half.
You thinking like hamburger or like hot dog? Saw it in half.
Hot dog.
Hot dog. Okay. Isn't it the glass? Isn't it a crystal ball?
Oh yeah, wait, is it that?
I don't know.
I don't know what the trophy is because it changes every year. So.
I just can't remember if that's still what the trophy is.
No, the trophy now is like the football on it's like gold.
Oh yeah.
It's that.
Yeah. Maybe that was back in the BCS era. I don't remember. Anyway, we'll cut it in half. We're coming for you, LSU. Just kidding. JK, don't sue us. We're not coming. Two last things. This episode is brought to you by Blake and Quinn. Check us out. They're awesome, great shirts there supporting us. Second thing, feel free to send us a message. Chat with us. Send us your thoughts, questions, your responses to Cougar Cap, your Cougar of the Week.
I figured out how to do it. You got to go to an episode, and on the top it says text this podcast or something like that. So
you can message us, and we'll get it, and we'll read them on the air, or we'll ignore you. Either way,
we'll give a shout out to you guys if we don't ignore you.
Taste, any of the final thoughts?
Go Cougs.
Go Cougs. This way.
This way. What? This way? I don't know.
All right, that's it for Two Dudes Talking Cougs. We'll talk to you next week.
Just two dudes talking Cougs.